In today's video, we're going to talk about letting go of the attachments. What are you attached to? What is it that's keeping you stuck? What is it that pisses you off every day? What is it that you'd like to come in that you feel like is impossible to get to come in? These are all ways of living through our attachments. When you're building a new relationship, what do we do when we really like someone, but we like them more than they like us back? What happens there? It's attachment. It's attachment for them to come and save us, for them to come and make our life better. Be more aware of the attachments. That's why I'm asking these questions. I dealt with all of these attachments. That's why I'm free to speak about them all openly on my channel here. Is because I understand and I used to be you. And I'm not better than you because I still struggle and deal with certain attachments. But I don't let my life be consumed by them because I have in my arsenal the letting go technique. And every time a new attachment comes up in my life, I have the tools to deal with that attachment. More examples of attachments is, do you use social media? Most of us do. We all have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. Some people do the TikToks. Most people think it's just for young kids that are dancing around in circles, the TikTokers. But social media, when we post a photo or we post a link or we post anything, what are we looking for? We're looking for likes. We're looking for comments. Even on our own personal ones where we're just posting a profile picture, a picture of ourselves. Think of how we are manipulated by our worth is dependent on the amount of likes we receive on that photo. How does it make you feel if you only get 2 likes out of 700 people that follow you? It's an attachment. That should not create who you are as a person. When you realize you can just observe that thought that creates that feeling, you can learn to just let go of it and surrender and be okay either way. Like I say in a lot of my older videos, learn to be more neutral. Learn to be okay either way. Have you just started a new conversation with a hot person on that dating app or on Instagram? Be okay either way from the get-go. That person's going to be more drawn to you, more interested in moving forward with that conversation than if you were needy and attached to outcome. Think of it in the perspective of someone that you think is below your level that's messaging you. And I'm not saying we should think of ourselves and people around us as different levels. I've come to the conclusion that we are all equal. We're all equal beings instead of living in vertical relationships. We're not better, we're not worse. We are equal beings. And when you can get rid of the blocks to feeling pure love and joy throughout your whole body, like you can share that with other people, is when you can become free. So going back to the attachments, we become attached to outcomes. And in turn, we place blocks on the things and the positive of coming into our life and creating something new. Relationships are very, very tough because if we are projecting an energy that we're not okay right here and now, we're not an attractive person right here and now, that we need this relationship to come to us, to fix us, to make us feel right good here and now, you're putting resistance on that relationship from even happening, from even moving any further into it. Think of the amount of pressure you're putting on the other person when you place that much importance on it. Think of how the other person would feel if you were just to let go of that resistance and just be yourself. And look at it this way. Take it or leave it. You want to be with me? Great. You don't want to be with me? Also great. Because them not liking you is doing you a favor. They're not meant to be there. The universe doesn't have that in store for you for a reason. And it might feel sad or depressing for a bit. But we can work with those feelings. We can work with those thoughts. Because remember, like I said earlier, we are not our thoughts. We are not our feelings. And we surrender to each one of those attachments and negative emotions in the body. And we are free from them when we learn to let them go. And this doesn't mean that we think of the relationship that didn't work out 10 years ago. And we can think of it, allow the feeling to be there, remove the thought attached to the feeling, and it's just going to dissipate immediately. That's not how it works. Is you have to let the thought and feeling be there for a bit and then move away from the thought and just allow that feeling. It might be anger. I know I've felt anger that this person didn't give me a chance when I used to try out some of those dating apps. And horrible experience to tell you from my own point of view is dating apps is not the way to go to meet your life partner. And if you did meet your life partner on a dating app, let me know in the comments. But I'm more about in-person interactions with people and connecting with them on a different level. And the dating app can be good for just meeting someone who resonates with you and going out for a coffee. But after that, it should be all in-person interactions mostly. And with a little bit of texting to set up the dates or the meetups. But when you let go of these attachments, you become free of them and living that way. Living in judgment. Thinking, well, is this person going to mess me over before I even try this relationship out? Or that cute person checking you out at the gym. You think, well, can I trust them? Because someone who looked like that just screwed me over about a month ago. So I'm not sure I want to give this person a chance. But when you let go of those blocks, you let go and you surrender to them, and you are free and open to be yourself and give new people a chance. You know, not everybody's out here to abuse you, like Silverchair. Come on, abuse me more, I like it. Not everyone's here to abuse us and abuse us emotionally. We get what we give in life. And if you're giving judgmental, negative, angry energy out to the world, that's what you're going to get back in return. But If you can learn to just be yourself, be more comfortable within your own frame, be more safe within the body, let go of the negative blocks, let go of the negative thoughts and emotions, and you will start to live a more neutral life where you will raise your vibe up, like I talk about on this channel a lot. We are here to elevate our inner vibe, and that is the vibrational energy and frequency that we are tuned into. Most of us are tuned into negative emotions throughout our day, living in autopilot, controlled by the mind by 80% of the day. And the rest is probably flow state when you're actually doing something you're happy and you're not thinking. You're not thinking, you are being. And when you can be more present, you can be yourself. That's when you discover your true power within. So trying this surrender technique every time we think these negative thoughts, or we go back to our past and observe the negative that is stored down there that's keeping us stuck. Surrendering to the feeling is detaching from the thought that was attached to that feeling, that crappy breakup, or that person that cheated on you, or that person that just wanted to divorce you for no reason. Remove that thought attached to the feeling and let the feeling be there, and do the work with it. Do the work with it. It's best done in meditation, but you can just do it sitting there in a chair in the quiet. And just let it be there for 10, 20 minutes. And it'll dissipate. You can even do it while you're driving home from work or driving to work in the morning. And it's not just going to be gone permanently when you surrender once. That's where this tool becomes very effective, is every time that those feelings come back or something new will trigger you, is when we are triggered is because of the stored emotion and thought that's in our subconscious from the past. So every time we are triggered, every time we think back to that past moment that we'd like to let go of, surrender to it, allow it to be there. Observe it in the state of awareness that you are no longer that thought, you are no longer that feeling, and it will dissipate from the body every time you surrender to it. And it may take 5 or 10 days. To tell you, in my own opinion, in my own experience, I've been dealing with something I'm letting go of and surrendering to for almost 2 weeks now. But 90 to 95% of my day, I don't think about this thing. But there'll just be that one little thought that creeps in. It wants me to go back to the old vibration, the old Dale. And then I do the work right then and there. I don't let that consume me. I am no longer that thought or feeling. I am present. I am right here and now, living under the power of now. It's a good book. You should pick it up. But try this surrender technique this week. Every time something negative that triggers you happens, or a thought from the past comes back up, for a second, allow the thought and feeling to be there, but quickly detach from the thought. And then just allow the feeling to be there and see how long that feeling lasts. Should only be about 5 or 10 minutes, and then you will move on from that feeling completely. And then you'll be able to apply this technique to anything and everything negative. And you won't have to live in the negative anymore. And you can start to live a happier, positive life. Good luck to you, and I will see you on the next one.